Many Pokemon trainers ask the question, is it worth it to buy a theme deck? Theme decks are touted as the introduction to Pokemon TCG, both an ideal starting place for new players and a means for existing players to buy fun decks to play with in each new set. But are these the right choice for trainers new and old, or a waste of Poke dollars that could be better spent elsewhere? Let's take a look. Please note, for the purposes of this video, I will be examining theme decks as they relate to Sun and Moon, primarily analyzing the newest offerings. However, I will look a bit at the history of theme decks and how they maintain relevance today. A theme deck contains the following: a pre-constructed 60-card deck consisting of standard legal cards, predominantly if not entirely from the newest set, cardboard damage counters, a paper playmat, a rules sheet, and of course, the code to receive this deck in its entirety online for free. The MSRP on a theme deck is $12.99 US. Theme decks do not typically contain any notable financial value. In terms of individual cards, no booster packs are included, so you're spending that money exclusively on those 60 cards. What value are you going to get out of this deck? Again, while this will vary from set to set and theme deck to theme deck, there isn't much value here, but you also aren't taking a loss. This is a collection of mostly common and uncommon cards, and in the case of the Sun and Moon theme decks, you also get 4 rares plus 1 holo rare, and most of these rares are worth just a few cents each. However, if you were to purchase all the individual cards necessary to build these theme decks yourself, it would cost slightly more than the $12.99 MSRP. Now, keep in mind that is just for the cards. There is also the value of the online code. And for the current set, as of the filming of this video, these are going for about $4 to $5 each. Typically, as time passes and new theme decks come out, the value often but not always drops on these to approximately $2 to $3 each. Again, this is all going to vary depending on the set. The fact is that many stores actually sell these decks for below MSRP. So while theme decks aren't exactly a gold nugget sitting on the shelf, they are not a financial loss assuming they are worth playing. So here is the real question. Are you going to get play out of these? This is a different answer depending upon if you are new or old, experienced or just starting out. But for the most part, the answer is actually going to be yes. Theme decks are meant to help new, usually younger players get their bearings on how to play the Pokemon TCG. They're not meant to be competitive, consisting mostly of cards that focus on teaching players the basics. While the games do play longer than average, it does offer a better learning environment than having new folks losing on turn 3 due to their opponent's EX card or whatever. Now, those of you who are players that have more experience, you know how to play the game, and you want to get advanced gameplay, but you are on a budget, there is a product out there for you, but it's not theme decks, it's the world decks. These are what you can use to learn the meta game, as well as play advanced competitive games with friends without having to spend the big cash. Though they're not tournament legal, they will give you higher quality games using more competitive cards to better hone your skills. I'll talk more about these in a future video. Experienced casual players will enjoy battling theme decks against one another, even from different generations. In fact, Pokemon Online offers a theme deck league, which allows all theme decks, unaltered, to compete against one another. This is incredibly popular, incredibly fun, and can even scratch that competitive itch. It's probably one of the reasons why the online codes are worth so much. With a theme deck online, you can get a lot, if not ongoing play out of these decks. The idea of a theme deck league really adds long-term playability. While predominantly a Pokemon TCG Online experience, some stores do hold theme deck events of their own. What this means is that your theme deck can be played indefinitely in years to come, battling the newer theme decks as well as the older ones. If you end up with a particular deck that you really enjoy playing with, there is a place to play it, and no expiration date on it. Best of all, this design translates to the kitchen table. Got an old Pikachu theme deck lying around and now your friend has bought one from Sun and Moon? No problem, have a battle. Well, certainly different theme decks from different generations are prone to have advantages and disadvantages against one another. For the most part, they are balanced enough to allow for enjoyable gameplay, where both sides have a fair shot at winning. Not bad for a beginner's learning tool. Again, if you're looking for that more complex experience, one that matches actual competitive gameplay, then theme decks certainly are not for you. A World Champions deck is going to be much more your speed and style. After all, these are exact replicas of the winning competitive decks from World Championships, with a few catches, of course, namely that you can't play the cards included here in an actual competitive event, but still, this will provide a competitive experience for you when played with a friend against other world decks. Theme decks are for a slower, more learning-based experience. Worlds are for the higher level gameplay. Final conclusion, theme decks are ideal for new or returning players who are still learning the basics of the game. Gameplay tends to be slower and more incremental, but that's good for learning, and gameplay is still fun and enjoyable. Financially, these are not a loss, but also not much of a gain. They can and do contain a few staple cards, but are typically more of a learning tool. Advanced and competitive players will see little, if any, value from theme decks, and should likely spend their money elsewhere. But for the rest of us, these are certainly a great starting point, and can even be a fun style of deck to collect and play against. Final grade, B. I've certainly seen worse introductory decks for other TCGs. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out a lot by remembering to like, share, or just by leaving a comment. Most of all, by hitting that subscribe button and letting me know that you want to see more videos like this. And this program was made possible thanks to a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. So thank you.